It's now 10 o'clock. We'll call the January 21st, 2021 board meeting to order. At this time, Sheila Riley, lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Alrighty. At this time, it's time to approve the agenda. We are approving the agenda with removing consent item B, the amendment to contractual agreement with Catherine Astor at Hernando Middle School. With the removal of consent item B, your recommendation is also.
Madam President, I recommend to the board to approve the agenda with the deletion of consent agenda item B.
With Mr. Russell's recommendation, do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Now it is time for the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. We've got several students that we are going to be recognizing today. We want to welcome all of our guests who are here for student recognition, and we also have one of our employees that we'll be recognizing toward the end of the superintendent's report today. To start out with today, we've got an athletic state championship, and then we will move into ACT recognition and national merit recognition. So we'll start with our state champions, and I'll ask the principal of DeSoto Central High School, Mr. Cliff Johnson, to please come forward at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Austin, and school board members for having us here this morning to recognize our cheerleaders. They won the state championship this year, and this is our 5th state championship overall for our cheerleading program, and our coaches, our cheerleaders do an outstanding job. They put in a lot of hard work, takes a lot of hard work and dedication, many hours to get ready for these competitions. They do a tremendous job with these competitions and competing. And at this time, I would like to bring Marie Harlow up to recognize our cheerleaders. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for inviting our cheer team here today. Thank you, Ms. Wilson, for having us. Again, it's so great to be here. Just want to say just a few things. I'm Marie Harlow. This is Janet Wolf, and then Joe Arkansas, our coach. So we're very proud sponsors and coaches of the 2026A Game Day Varsity Championship from DeSoto Central High School. We ended last season with a Nationals win in February 2020. And then the girls prepared through private lessons and tumbling for what we thought was going to be a March tryout. And as we know, COVID hit, so we didn't even start this season until June. So normally we have a little bit longer to work and prepare for our state title, but that didn't happen. But luckily for us, the season was able to even continue with y'all and the fabulous state of Mississippi, that we were able to even have a state championship this year. So we went on down to state championship in Jackson, Mississippi, and lo and behold, we won. So even though we didn't even start the season on a regular schedule, we were still able to be very successful. So then we look forward to now, we just got word that we're also going to be able to go to nationals this year. And we have 3 national titles for 3 consecutive national titles for each year. And we're the only school in the entire nation that has ever done that. So we're super proud of our game day title for that as well. We also do have a world title. I think only one time we ever competed in it, we won it. It's just the scheduling was trying to keep up with our national game day. It's just really hard to do that. But we do hold that title as well, so we're excited about that. So now it's moved to April, so we'll get prepared and try to behold, another title defended for the state of Mississippi and DeSoto Central High School. So, and I'd also like to continuously thank Mr. Upton. Remember when you hired me for this?
I
I think it was a good choice.
It was.
Anyway, thanks for having us again. All right, so I'm gonna read off the girls. They're all standing in there, kind of. All right, so I have Lily Anderson,
Congratulations.
Andrea Armstrong.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't read off so I can see them. All right, Brianna Belinsky, Pierce Calicott, Haley Crane, Fallon Eccles, Mabry Gaines, Haley Green,
Congratulations.
Amber Grace Gunther, Shania Hester, Kirby Lynn Hollowell, McKinley Ingalls, Tyranny Jones, Sarah Klink,
Congratulations.
Maggie Langston, Delilah Mafood, Haley Malone, Reagan Matthews, Kate McAnally, Riley McIntyre, McKenna McGeskey. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks. Emma McNair, like you never really know her. Lexi Morehouse, Gracie Simpson, Madison Thompson, Ashlyn Tony, and Katie Wood. Again, thank you for having us.
We're gonna get a picture. They'll turn around. However y'all wanna. Yeah, something else can be off it.
Okay. Just take your mask off, show you your right hand. Not your left, right. There's just swoosh in somehow.
Hey, make your heroes that you make it competition.
Do it. I got it. Hold on, I'm gonna go again. You ready? All right, everybody look at the camera. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Yeah.
Great.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Congratulations. Great job. Let's see you. Great workout. If you're with us, so simple, you need to leave, follow them out. We got several schools here. This time I will ask Mr. Nell Phillips to come forward. This is the time of year where we're going to start recognizing our seniors from each campus who have scored a 30 or higher on ACT.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm here to recognize our 3 Gators who scored a 30 or higher on ACT, starting with Ms. Christina Lancaster.
Right.
Ms. Grace Smith.
Leave them up. There you go.
And Ms. Delaney Wilson.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We'll get a picture also. Y'all come up here. All right. And thank you, Mr. Phillips. And this time I'll ask Mr. Paul Crest from Horn Lake High School, please come forward.
At this time, I'd like to honor the students of Horn Lake High School for their high achievement on the ACT of our 30-plus club. First student is Mr. Robert Rainer.
Congratulations.
Next student to honor is Lucio Trejo Menjivar.
Congratulations. As we go through the spring semester, we'll bring in seniors from each of our 8 high schools to recognize them. Over the last few weeks, we've been recognizing our National Merit semifinalists. We have seniors from all around our district who have been recognized. Lewisburg High School had the highest number of National Merit semifinalists this year. We've asked Principal Chris Perkins, please come forward and introduce our National Merit semifinalists with Lewisburg High School.
Good morning. It is my privilege to be here today to recognize our outstanding Lewisburg High School students that have achieved academically. I thank you for allowing us to be here today. We'll start with Mr. Ben Armstrong.
Congratulations.
Robert Cassidy.
Congratulations.
Miss Amber Cecil. Mr. Bryson Ewing. Miss Julia Kirkland.
Congratulations.
Mr. John McCommon.
Congratulations.
Mr. Luke Overstreet.
Congratulations.
And Mr. Dylan Terry. And as you know, behind any successful student, we have extraordinary teachers. I'd like to introduce our PSAT teachers. Miss Tracy Hunter is out here in the audience with her. I'll ask her to come up. Miss Maggie Dennis and Miss Patricia Clayton.
The picture made also. We have a couple teachers down this end. This teacher team's been together for a while. Seriously, I'll put out a lot of national merits.
We're 500 now.
I've got a nice fan following. Congratulations, Rick.
Y'all are so nice. Not only are you smart, you dress yourself so well.
Great job. Yes, thank y'all for coming out today, too. Thank y'all. All right, this time, I'll ask Miss Amanda Samples, to please come forward. She will give the board an update on the strategic plan.
Good morning. As we've been preparing for the Digital Learning Initiative, we were given an amazing opportunity to bring several departments together to develop the best plan for our students. During this preparation and planning time, we have collaborated with other districts in our state to learn best procedural practices along with best practices for teaching and learning. We also began reviewing the current Vcos strategic plan, which will expire next spring. During this process, not only are we looking at our current goals, but we are also planning for the future. We are excited to report that the implementation of the Digital Learning Initiative will present DCS leadership opportunities to work with administrators, teachers, and students to determine our current reality, explore the future, and synthesize the results to drive the strategic planning cycle. So we look forward to keeping you updated as we begin this process.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Samples. And as we go through these next few weeks, students will be receiving devices at all of our schools, and we'll keep you updated on that. And it'll tie in with our strategic plan and what we're looking at in the future. And it's going to be an exciting time, and along with that, Ms. Samples is already working on the professional development side with our teachers and preparing for them so they can best utilize the devices in class. We don't want it to just be something we hand over. We want it to be something that is part of our instruction. It's an exciting time for all of us, and so Ms. Samples.
I've had several teachers contact me and say they were very excited, especially with state testing.
Yes, awesome.
Right. It will help. Go ahead.
We're not going virtual. We have to make the parents understand. I'm getting questions about that, and I don't know what else to say except we're still going to have in-person.
That was part of our digital learning plan that we sent to parents before Christmas, and we said it, but it doesn't hurt to say it again, that because everyone's getting devices doesn't mean that we're going virtual. It would help if this would obviously assist us if there was ever any type of state shutdown or anything, or if there was a school that needed to go virtual for a couple of weeks if they had multiple outbreaks. It'll also help students who are quarantined. So there are a lot of benefits that go along with it with COVID, but the main part of it is the fact that it's helping us in the future, as Ms. Stanley pointed out, with state testing is going to help tremendously because as we move forward, once all of our schools are we have the Wi-Fi capability to do it. It'll cut down the number of state testing days where it'll be minimal disruption. And also what that'll do is give us more instruction days. So there's a lot of benefits to it. But to echo what Ms. Jolly said, correct, the handing out of devices has nothing to do with going virtual. Our hope is to have a regular school year the rest of the way on. Our teachers and staff, administrators, they've all done an excellent job. Our students and parents have done an excellent job of cooperating with protocol, and I think everybody listening understands it and just knows that that's what this school year is about. Everyone's working together to make sure we have that. So, thank you, Ms. Samples, for that report. At this time, we have an employee that we would like to recognize, and I will ask Mr. Wanda Williams, our Director of Mental Health Services, please come forward as we prepare to recognize.
Good morning. Good morning. DeSoto County Schools has 74 of the most outstanding counselors in the state of Mississippi, and I'm pleased to work with each and every one of them every day. It's always an honor when one of those counselors are recognized for the hard work and service that he or she does in our community and with our students. So today, one of our Career Tech Center partnerships, the Mississippi Construction Education Foundation, is recognizing the hard work and dedication of Logan Francisco. MCEF is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to promote careers, recruit capable individuals, and train a quality workforce for the construction industry in our state. Each year, MCEF recognizes CTE counselors across the state of Mississippi who are instrumental in helping students achieve success in academics and career development. We are pleased to have here today Allison Pilo, who is the principal of CTE West, and Beth Turner, who are our district coordinator for career and technical education, with us today as we honor Logan. She is receiving the MCEF President Hard Hat Outstanding Counselor of the Year Award. And this is a great honor for us. We want to watch a quick video that shows Logan in action with our students and also shows what we're doing there at CTC.
I actually have a career and technical bachelor's degree. So my undergraduate is in textiles and fashion design. I transitioned into a career and tech counselor here in Mississippi, where I get to kind of combine both jobs, which is wonderful. Being a career and tech counselor is such an amazing opportunity because we get to do all of the counselor things that you would in a regular school. We take on the social and emotional and all of those things, but we also get to focus on that post-secondary planning in a way that only these programs kind of foster.
Her knowledge of career tech is outstanding. Her love of career tech and the support that she provides to our students is something that you would hope that every career tech counselor would have.
She's always quick to answer a call or a text, eager to bring industry into the schools, for a student to be able to have somebody that feels invested in them, to have somebody take that special interest.
So Logan does an absolutely wonderful job bringing in industry, bringing in colleges, giving students lots of opportunities for what they want to do. And then she helps those students kind of hone in on what is my end goal here, what is my career path, and what's my next step.
The students seem to really gravitate towards her, look to her to help through different issues that they have.
A good day for me on campus is a day that I really spend most of it with the kids. One of my favorite parts about the day is actually greeting them as they kind of get off the bus and saying goodbye to them. They treat us like family, and we treat them like family. We are a little family.
Everyone enjoys when she's around. She's like a bright light when she comes in the room.
Yeah, it's really, she has a really caring attitude. You can tell she's a mom, basically. She has that caring, like she treats every student like it's her own kid.
At the end of a good day, I feel like I have helped a student find their next step. I think we so often are focused on getting them graduated, and I want to focus so much further than that. I really want them to have a good, solid plan, but also the understanding that they can change it if need be. There's always something different. Every day you're walking into something new, and that is really, really fun. It's just really, really fun.
I want to present to you Logan Francis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to thank DeSoto County, you all, Ms. Russellton, Ms. Turner, Ms. Kilo, Mr. Cressman for hiring me 5 years ago, just for this phenomenal opportunity to work in career and technical education as a counselor. I enjoy every day. I love getting to see our students find their vocation, and I just think career and technical education is so important, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it here in Mississippi, but mostly in DeSoto County. So thank you.
Right.
Ms. Turner and Ms. Kilo and Mr. Cressman, if y'all come up in this week.
I'll get a picture together. Even now, it's Francisco in the middle there. Great job. quite an honor. We're very proud. Ms. Francisco does a great job of working with both our campuses on the west side of the county and the east side of the county. Does a wonderful job in that role. At this time, I'll ask the principal of Center Hill High School, Doug Payne, please come forward and introduce the spotlight.
Good morning, Mr. Usleton. Thank you for allowing us to come and spotlight one of Center Hill High School's best teachers, Ms. Angel Pilcher. I started to just kind of look at some of these things, and I was just going to go by memory, but once I realized how many accolades and accomplishments she had, I thought I better write them down so I didn't miss anything. She teaches nutrition and wellness and resource management at Center Hill High School. I remember taking nutrition and wellness in high school, and this is not what the nutrition and wellness was that I was taught. She brings a whole lot to the table. Some of these things, we have to know the importance of state testing and test scores and academics, but some of the things that she brings to the table, they directly, affect that. They, I think Mr. Russell actually mentioned this before being a while back. It's like when you have those things happening, you're going to see a direct result in your academics and testing. And so something you may not see on paper, but we just recently awarded the National Blue Ribbon for academics, and she had a big part of that. Things she does with this program. I'm going to introduce her. When we sat down to plan this, I said I really want to impress Mr. Usleton and the board, and one of the biggest things we can do to do that is stay within our timeline. So we're gonna get through this, like I said, we condensed it to try to get in. There's just so much good stuff we want to talk about, but we're gonna try to do our best to do that and get this information to you. Ms. Pilcher, she is a national board certified teacher. She was last year's Center Hill High School Teacher of the Year. She sponsors FCCLA. She was the Mississippi representative at the National Ag Conference. She was selected as Mississippi's Association of SCS Teacher of the Year, Mississippi Soil and Conservation Teacher of the Year, and she was asked to be a contributor to the national publication Mother Earth magazine. Pretty big deal. And every summer through Mississippi State's RCU program, she teaches a class at Center Hill for all SCS teachers in the state to get certified. This is a requirement for the education on abortion. So that's a pretty big deal as well. But she's actually teaching the teachers that are teaching these classes. That's a big deal. But just on a personal note, like I said, she brings a lot to the table. The togetherness that she brings to the school. This was a clean slate when she started. She brought some of these ideas to me, and it took me a little while to get used to some of the things. When you see a goat being passed around at break with kids, that's a little hard to get used to. But the togetherness, they come from all walks of life. We have kids waiting to take her class, and it's a scene. We haven't been able to do that in recent times, but it's nothing to have visitors come in from all over the state. We want to see this garden, we want to see these animals. So it just brings the kids together, brings the school together. And she's going to talk about that a little bit and show you some of those pictures. And then at the end, we'll introduce two very special guests.
Thank you, Mr. Payne.
She's a member of the Teacher Advisory Council. That's right. Also, I appreciate your input along the way.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be part of that. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity also to share some of our things that we've got going on with our farm and garden program. I'm going to try to stick to the script like Mr. Payne and I discussed, because we know that time is, an issue. So I'm going to stick with this and try to go over some things that we've got going on. So in my nutrition and wellness and resource management classes, students are introduced to different career opportunities related to food production, and then, from agriculture to culinary arts. They are learning about safety and sanitation, as well as basic business concepts, sustainability, and grant-funded programs. On our farm, students are raising chickens, ducks, turkeys, and quail for their eggs. We have a few different varieties of those, and they use the eggs in the cooking labs, and then we also incubate some of them in the spring. We're actually getting ready to start our incubator up this afternoon. So, on our farm, we also have rabbits, We have a miniature pig, we have a greenhouse that also houses a hydroponic system. We have gardens for fruits and vegetables, herbs and flowers. While on the farm, the students are using teamwork, patience, responsibility, and they take ownership. They have a lot of pride in their farm. Many of my students have never seen a chicken in person or a turkey, and have certainly never held one, so they really get a lot of enjoyment out of that. In addition to strengthening 21st century skills, such as critical thinking and problem solving, they also are applying STEM concepts on the farm that they are learning in the classroom. So we have a hydroponic and we have aquaponic systems. So they're learning about modern farming techniques. They also learn about GPS and drones that are used in modern farming today. They're learning basic construction skills while building and repairing our coops and raised beds, because I can assure you there's always something that needs to be done on the school farm. I said, we're never going to come out here and say, well, it's all done. No, we don't have anything to do today. There's always something to be done. They're also getting much needed fresh air and sunshine. They're building relationships with each other. Like Mr. Haynes said, they're coming from all walks of life, and they're really building these relationships while they're learning. So we've grown many different types of fruits and vegetables, including potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, okra, just to name a few. One of my favorite class projects that they did, it actually took months to do, but they made homemade peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Because the thought was, oh, that would be easy, right? But we learned about the entire food production process during those months. So we had peanuts, they planted them, grew them, let them dry, roasted them, and ground them. And then they added, a little bit of honey, a little bit of salt, a little bit of oil to make the peanut butter. And they also learned about the canning process when they made jam. So we grew blackberries, we had several blackberry bushes, grew those, cooked them, added the pectin, added the sugar, and a little bit of lemon juice, and we made jam. And then they also made homemade bread. So you'll see some of the pictures that are going to come up in just a few minutes of some of the things that we've done, because, you just see so much in these pictures. And you see the connection these students have with each other. It is just absolutely amazing. And with the animals as well. They love them. They also made homemade cornbread. They grew the corn, let it dry on the stalk, and we talk about why we do that. Ground it, we rendered fat. We used eggs from our hens, and they got to make homemade cornbread. So, of course, I got to garnish it with some herbs, which made it just a little better. But this spring, we're looking forward to planting some row crops. We've got baby dairy goats that we're going to have. We had one of our bunnies that had babies yesterday. Some students are really excited about that. And again, we're planning on hatching some more things in the incubator. So I'm going to close with that, and I'm going to let go ahead and put some of these pictures up here. But I thank y'all so much for the opportunity to share some of these amazing programs that we have in DeSoto County, and I hope you'll enjoy these pictures as much as I do. I almost get tears in my eyes. I can't watch it.
That's a good thing.
We're gonna close out by, we brought two Mustangs with us. This is Chaco and that is Muffin. His name him, but we want to kind of see some of the stars in the video.
We wanted to bring Mr. Turkey, but I just didn't think it.
It looked like he was doing great on the sidewalk.
She mentioned people were scared. I'm actually scared.
And the students wanted me to bring the pig, but I said, yeah, we would end up on the national news if we had to.
Regular rabbits, or are they,
They're lion head rabbits. But we have a variety, like the brown one that you saw, and they were saying Cypress, he's a Flemish giant. He's not as big as some of them yet, but we do have a variety of rabbits, and same with the turkeys and the ducks. We have khaki Campbells right now, so we had some Indian runners, and so they learn about the different breeds, and then about the eggshells, a lot of different colors. So, I mean, really, I could stay here for an hour or two and tell you about what we did, but Mr. Payne said we'll have it to be continued. We'll do that next time.
We should come on a field trip and come see y'all. I'm excited. I said, I'm gonna have to transfer I have a 9-year-old, I'm gonna have to transfer her.
It's prettier in the spring. It's not real pretty right now, but the last pictures we got the other day in the snow, it was gorgeous, because we got a good snow.
and that bread, you could bring us some bread.
One of the things I was talking about is you'll see, two kids that would never be together in any situation. I would think just polar opposites, but they get to handling these rabbits and get together, and then they look like the best friends. So that's an important part that isn't necessarily something that you're going to see on Peace Lake.
Building that family.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Great job. Great presentation. I can't top that. So that's all I've got. And want to thank Ms. Turner. Want to thank you for coming out, and Williams, thank you for the presentation. Thank y'all.
At this time, it's time for the attorney's report, Mr. King.
I have no attorney report today.
Virtually. Okay, now it's time for the approval of minutes from the January 7th, 2021 board meeting. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now is the time to approve the consent agenda with the removal of consent item B, amendment to contractual agreement with Catherine Astor at Fernando Middle School. We have items A through O. Do I have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend to the board to approve the revised consent agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda with the removal of item B?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now is new business. Item A, architectural services, Allen and Hochul, PLLC, football stadium at the new Lewisburg Middle School. Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am, we're requesting permission from the board, enter into a contractual agreement with Allen Holdings and the architectural services that come along with the construction of the new Lewisburg Middle School football stadium.
With Mr. Williams' explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend to the board to approve architectural services of Allen Moschel for the new football stadium at the new Lewisburg.
Alrighty, based on Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the architectural services for Allen and Hochul?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item B is permission to advertise for bids for the football stadium at the new Lewisburg.
Yes, ma'am, we seek permission from the board to advertise for bids for the construction of the new football stadium at the new Lewisburg.
Mr. Williams' explanation, do I have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the advertising for bids for the football stadium at the new Lewisburg Middle School.
Okay, with Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the permission to advertise for bids?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item C is bids for additional netbook parts for FY 2021.
Yes, ma'am. On January the 13th, opening bids for additional network cards for the district. We had 5 vendors that submitted bids. It's my recommendation to go with the lowest and best bid for CDWG.
With Mr. Williams' explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the lowest and best bid from CDWG for the additional netbook cards.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item D is request to pay vendor supplemental services, Mill Creek of Pontotoc.
Yes, ma'am. In your package, you see that supporting documentation from the director of our state department. Mill Creek is asking us to pay the student pack delivery fee, which is $48, but it's a bi-weekly fee. In the past, we paid them $68 per day to transport students, but because the students are virtual, we're not absorbing that cost. So actually, it would be cheaper for them to deliver the packets to those students at home. The fee will be bi-weekly. The district save money for the packet delivery. We're requesting to pay the packet delivery free in lieu of transportation fees. There is a purchase order in place, so this is not an applicable tax purchase.
With Mr. Williams' explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the request to pay vendor for the supplemental services from Mill Creek of Pontotoc.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the request?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item E, item E is statement of revenue and expenditures in November 23. Good morning.
Our general funds received through November are 82,065,215. We're down slightly 1%, which is about $728,000. Last year, we were 82,794,101. Our all funds received at 98,016,153 compared to last year at 101,088,513. And most of that is due to just when we request federal fund. Our general fund expenditures are at 90,785,709. We are down 2%, which is fabulous. Last year, we were at 92,562,682. And our total all funds expenditures are 123,823,581. So if you look at the revenues, actually the majority of that $728,000 is there are book entries we have to make to our investments that are not, it doesn't affect our interest or what we're going to receive. It's just a fair market value entry. So right now it's about $450,000. So that is just a book entry. So that'll reverse itself next month. But right now, we're just in a downturn as far as what the fair market value of the investments are, but we don't ever lose anything on our investments the way they're invested. So you could technically say we're only going to revenues about $300,000. Our general fund expenditures for November, we are down about 2%. Most of that is timing and when we purchase technology and plant maintenance. So we're going to have a spike in December for all the devices that we purchased on the expenditure side. And then we're going to have a spike in revenues because we also received the revenues for those in December. So December's report is going to look a little bit different than
With Mrs. Gray's explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the statement of revenue and expenditure November 2020.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the statement?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item F is statement of cash flow November 2020.
our district maintenance cash balance is at $92,667,674. Of that, our invested balance is at $28,197,967. Our cash balances over all funds is at $139,527,33. And I want to give kudos also to Regions Bank. Regions Bank is the bank that holds our certificates of participation, and they also invest our certificates of participation. That's one of the reasons we got such a very low rate. And so we have earned, it's been a little over a year and a couple of months, and we've earned over $800,000 in interest, which will go toward the newer projects like the football stadium that we're going to do at the middle school. So we've been very happy with Regions Bank as well as Mission.
Mrs. Graves' explanation, do you have a recommendation, Mr. President?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the statement of cash flow for November 2020.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the statement?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item G is combined balance sheet November 2020.
Our general fund balance, is at this point at the end of November, is $96,035,486 compared to last year, $81,993,796. All funds is at $142,083,141. We're up 17% over last year, but that's really a cumulative effect. We ended last year with a much higher fund balance than we anticipated because of COVID. There were a lot of expenditures that just did not happen. So it was great that we got a head start. It will change over the months for the things that we added, but we had a great head start to the year. So very good.
With Mrs. Graves' explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the combined balance sheet for November 2020.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the combined balance sheet for November 2020?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item H is revised board policy AMC, authority for emergency funding.
This policy is being revised to include inclement weather.
as a reason to authorize emergency school closings. And it is in compliance with state law 371364, which exempts schools from the minimum school term length requirement under certain weather conditions.
Based on Ms. Hazelman's explanation, you have recommendations.
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the revised board policy ASC for authority emergency closure.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the revised board policy ASC?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item I is revised board policy EBBD, emergency closing.
Yes, ma'am. This revision is being requested to allow the district to issue administrative leave for missed time due to delays, early release, or full day closures for extreme weather conditions. And again, this is in compliance with state law 37.
Based on that information, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve revised board policy EBBD for emergency closures.
Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the revised board policy EBBD?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item J is revised board policy GCDDB, teacher request for transfer.
This revision is being requested to lower the minimum required years of service to DCS from 3 years to 2 years in order for a teacher to request a transfer to another school within the
Ms. Hazelman's explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve the revised board policy GCDBB for teacher request for transfer.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve the revised board policy GCDDB?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item K is personnel, Mr. Alexander.
The personnel package for this morning is one page looking for your recommendation. Page 4 through 6 is personnel changes. Page 7 is provisional memo for teachers that have not yet obtained their license. Page 8 is a request for additional pay for the Vcos, our special education director, or employees to pay for their home services. That employee would pay for $27 per hour, working maximum 4 hours a week. Day ending on June 30th, 2021. Page 9 is request for additional pay for Vcos. Again, this is on an employee who will serve as Delta State Field Clinic College Algebra Instructor for Lake Fun High School and for Lake High School. That will be 2 sections and rate $2,500 per section, total $5,000, and she will be paid in 5 monthly installments for that work. Page 10, request for additional pay for Ms. Jeff Fox, our Director of Continuing Education, on 3 employees who will work as CU presenters, be paid a rate of $27 per hour, 10 hours each, total beginning on 1/22/21 and ending on 6/30/21. Page 11, request for additional pay for Ms. Fox. Again, this is on 2 employees who will work as CU presenters in the same situation. They would be working a total of 22.5 hours. That would begin on 1/22/21 and end on 6/30/21. And then page 12 is a request for additional pay from Carol Heger, the Director of Federal Programs, on 40 before Lake High School, will work as an after-school tutor. This work will not exceed 500 hours and will be paid $37 per hour beginning February the 5th. That we would ending June 30th.
Alexander's explanation, do you have a recommendation?
Madam President, I recommend the board to approve personnel as presented.
With Mr. Usleton's recommendation, do I have a motion to approve personnel as presented?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. At this time, we have nothing for executive session, but this time I need a motion to adjourn until February 4th, 2021.
I make a motion for us to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Barb.